Hi everyone, welcome to my tutorial on the third assessment for TE1. Now this video is a tutorial on how to create the drawing bug game using Scratch. So let's go to Google Chrome and then go to my website at year 3. You can see the assignment note as well, and you can see what are the criteria. And also let's look at the codes and instructions and follow it. Okay, you can zoom in by scrolling the bar right here. Close. Okay, so let's look at part 1. You're supposed to choose two sprites, Beetle and Ladybug 1. Choose stripes as background, set the sprite size to 50. Okay, so let's minimize, open Scratch. Let's maximize this. And we're gonna delete this sprite 1. Now, let's choose a sprite, click the cap button. First, we choose Beetle. And then we choose Ladybug 1. Okay, now we're gonna set the size for both of them to 50. And then we choose the Beetle and set it to 50 as well. Okay, and don't forget to choose the backdrop, okay, or the background. The background is called stripes. Okay, so let's look for stripes. Okay, we are done. So let's start with the codes in Beetle. Okay, but before that, we must create 5 variables: angle, loop, name, shape, and size. So how do we create variables? First, we go to variable, make a variable, angle, must be for all sprites. Make another one called loop. See what else. Name, shape, and size. Name, shape, and size. Okay, now you have all of the loops right here. You can uncheck it first, so it will disappear from, not disappear, more like hidden from the stage. Okay, now we are gonna click on Beetle. Make sure you're in Beetle, okay? Don't click the trash bin. So now let's follow the code starting from here, okay? So we need the pen tool, okay? The pen extension. So before we start, let's go to here, add extension, and choose pen. So now you have the pen tool. Now the first thing we need to do is green flag, pen up, and erase all. So first thing you need to go to events, drag in the green flag. Okay, I'm gonna minimize and enlarge it so you can see my code. Next thing you need to do is go to the pen tool. First you pen up, then erase all. So every time when you start the drawing bug game, it will be a clean canvas. Okay. Now next thing you need to do is make sure the beetle is point in direction 90, and set it to negative 102, negative 20. So go to motion, point in direction 90. Okay. 102 and next. Okay. Now you're done with this part. Let's make it ask a question. Okay. And then we're going to set the answer from the question to the name variable. And then it's going to broadcast the name. So if you notice, if you can't catch up or you don't know how to which blocks you need to find, you can actually find them based on their color. Okay, so if you're lost and don't know where to find certain blocks, you can always refer to the color and look at the buttons on the side. Okay, let's make it ask a question and set it to the name variable. So ask is in sensing. Ask, let's change it to hi, what is your name? And then set that variable name. So choose set angle. Then you can click on the drop down to the name. So the answer, where do you get the answer? You find it in sensing as well. So you're gonna broadcast the name and make it say something and wait for 3 seconds. Broadcast. Choose broadcast in events. So broadcast message one, not broadcast and wait, okay? Broadcast. Choose new message. Set it as name. Then click OK. Then you're gonna make it say something. Okay, say something for 2 seconds. And then you're gonna make it wait for how many seconds? 3 seconds. Okay, go to control, wait 1 second, change it to 3 seconds. If you notice, it's gonna say hi and then your name. So what we're gonna do is, and also is you're gonna change 2 seconds to 1 second. So let's change to 1 second first. You want to combine your own text with the words in the variable, okay, name variable. So what you do is you go to operators, choose join apple banana. In apple, you change it to hi, comma, space. And then you're gonna drag the variable, go to variables, drag the name. How you drag this, the two of them is you click on join and you drag into hello. Once the hello is highlighted, let go. Okay. Now it's gonna say let's start. Give me the number of sides, that is 3 to 5. Okay, let's make it say let's start. So you drag say hello for 2 seconds. You're gonna let it say let's start, and then you're gonna make it ask something. Okay, ask, give me the number of sides, that is 3 to 5. Give me the number of from 3 to 5. Okay, and then we're gonna set that number of sides. Okay, gonna take set angle, choose size. Oops, it's named size. So I did a little mistake right here by naming one of the variables size instead of sides. Okay, so how do you change the name of the variable? So you right click on it and it says rename variable. Okay, so it's sides. Okay, now you can change to the correct variable. And how do you get the number of sides? Because you asked it already. So you go to answer again and drag it here. Okay, you already did the first part of the code. Now let's continue. Since it's a long code, be sure to follow, okay? So the next question is going to ask how many times do you want to repeat? So let's make it ask again. Oops. You click and drag ask. How many times do you want to repeat? And then we're gonna set the loop. Set, oops. set the loop to the answer. And then after that, you're gonna bring in two set blocks, okay? And then you're gonna bring in another set block, okay? You're gonna set the angle. Remember the flowchart that we did, okay? There's one part where you set the angle to a formula. Okay, let's do that. So we're gonna set the angle. Again, and then we're gonna bring in a few operators. Minus, multiply, and divide. So where can you find operators? Which is the green button right here. So you're gonna bring in minus, multiply, and divide. Okay. So inside minus, sides minus 2. So where can you find sides? Sides minus 2. And then you're going to put it inside multiply, right, at the first part right here. So you're going to drag and put it inside here until it highlights it. Okay, and then you're going to multiply by 180. And then you're going to drag this inside the first part right here until it highlights. Okay. And then it's going to divide with the number of sides again. Okay? So how do you drag this entire thing? Very easy. How you do it? You drag it from the division symbol right here. Don't drag it from here or else you're gonna drag everything out. So what you do is you drag from the division symbol. So you can carry everything and put it inside 0 right here. Okay, now let's move on to the next step. Okay, which is the pen down tool. Okay, pen down, you can find it at pen down. And then you're gonna bring in two loops right here. Okay, the outer loop is gonna loop the variable called loop, and the inside loop is gonna loop the variable sides. Okay, so let's bring out two loops, two fixed loops. Go to control, repeat 10. Okay, you're gonna put another one inside, okay, not outside, not stacked on top of each other, but inside. Okay, and then you're gonna bring in the variable loop outside, and then you're gonna bring in the variable sides and put it inside. Okay, then it's gonna move 60 steps. Okay, where can you find move? You go to motion, choose move, and then change it to 60. And it's gonna turn anti-clockwise. Okay, so inside is gonna be 180 minus the angle that you just got. Okay, turn anti-clockwise, and you're gonna take out the minus operator. Take out the minus. So 180 minus the angle that you just calculated right here. Okay, so you're gonna bring in the angle and then put it here. All right, and then the next thing is gonna turn clockwise. Okay, so 360 divided by the loop. So divide, you find in operators, which is the slash. Okay, but first you need to find the turn clockwise 15 degrees, which is going to change. So 360 divided by the loop. So you're going to put inside 15. And now what it's going to do, the last part is going to broadcast the shape. So how do you do broadcast? Go to events, broadcast message 1 and put it under the repeat loop. And then at message 1, you're gonna change it to shapes. Okay, how do you do that? Click on message 1, new message, shapes, and click OK. So now you are done with the beetle code. Next, we're gonna do the ladybug 1 code. Let's click on ladybug 1. Then there will be a new set of codes. So let's go down. We're gonna start with this one. Okay? So it will go to 105, negative 20. Okay. 105. Let's see. Motion. When green flag click. Go to motion. 105, negative 20. Okay. And not to forget, you have to flip the ladybug. Okay. So you go to costume. So how do you flip it? You click on flip horizontally, so it'll face the other side. And then you go back to code. So let's also set all the variables to 0. So how do you do that? Go to variables, set angle to 0, set loop to 0, set name to 0, set shape to 0, and then set sites to 0. So now you're done with this first part. Now let's go to the second. When I receive name, wait 1 second. And then it's going to say, welcome to your name for 1 second. Okay. So first you need to go to events. Then choose when I receive name. It's going to wait for 1 second, right? Wait for 1 second. And then it's going to say, choose say hello for 2 seconds. And then take the join operator. Okay. Put it out here first. It's going to say welcome. Okay. Welcome your name for 1 second. And then it's going to say we are going to draw shapes. So at welcome here, remember to put a comma and a space. And then drag your variable name into banana. Then click from join and then put inside hello. Don't put inside 2 seconds. Then change to 1 second. And then we're going to make it say, go to looks, say hello for 2 seconds. We're going to change it to, we are going to draw shapes. Okay, now we're done with part 2. Now, here's the last part. So when I receive shapes, if sides equals to 3, then you set shape to triangle. Sides equals to 4, set it to shape. And if sides equals to 5, then it will be a pentagon. Okay, so we're going to use the if then statement, okay, or the if then block. So when I receive, instead of name, you change to shapes. Then you're going to use the if then block. Okay, now let's see. The number of sides, okay, is your condition. So it must be equal to 3. And you drag the variable sides. Okay. Then you're going to set shape to triangle. Okay. Wrong spelling. Triangle. Okay. Now we're going to repeat 2 more of this statement. Okay. So you right click at then, duplicate, put it right below. and then you duplicate another one, you put it right below again. So if the number size is 4, is square, and if the number of sides is 5, it will be a pentagon. Okay, now we're done with the 3 if statements. Now let's go to another one. Here is a if then else statement. Okay, so if it fulfills condition 1, it will go to the first thing right here. If it doesn't fulfill the loop equals 1, it will go to else. Okay, so let's take the if then else statement. Okay, let's drag it to this side a bit so it won't interfere with that block. Okay, so you're gonna take the equal operator again, change it to 1, go to variables and take loop. So if loop equals 1, okay, that is a square. That means you only draw one shape. Okay, this one is for it is to determine if it's a plural or singular. Okay, so the first one, if it fulfills 1, that means it is singular. If it doesn't fulfill 1, that means it's plural. Okay, so let's go to say, put it in both places right here. Okay, you're gonna use the join block. Okay, join and put it inside hello. At Apple, you're gonna type that is a, and you're gonna put a space behind a. Okay, and you're gonna drag the variable shape. So if it says square, square will go inside this variable right here. And then you're gonna drag another 2 join blocks. Okay. Okay. Put it outside first. So how it works, that is a lot of, if there is more than one loop, then it will be plural. Okay, so let's join apple, banana, and put inside apple. At banana, you're gonna write S full stop. Okay, oops, wrong side. You're supposed to put it inside. Okay, you're supposed to put the join inside banana, and at banana, you're gonna type S full stop. At the second apple, you're gonna drag in shape, and at apple, you're gonna type that is a lot of, and then space. You're gonna drag this join, click at the first join right here, and then put it inside hello. Okay, and that is the end of the coding. And the last part, you're supposed to save it to your computer. So how do you do that? Okay, now let me shrink it. How do you save it? Go to File, Save to your computer. Now you're gonna save it inside here. Okay, so double click on your folder. You're gonna name it as TE1 A3, your name and your class. Once you are done, click Save. So let's test on this game. So press on the green flag. What it's going to do is it's going to position like this. It's going to ask for your name. Okay, now let's give a number from 3 to 5, okay? So let's put 5. And then I want to repeat 6 times. So it's going to draw this pattern right here. And then the game ends. So now you can minimize it and then close it. So you already saved, okay, onto in your folder. So you don't have to worry, you just leave. And that's the end of assignment 3.